Shall we get my final guest out, ladies and gentlemen? I think we should. He's one of the nation's favourite comedy actors. Here he is in his latest incarnation. This is exciting because they're rebooting. They're starting all over again. Do you remember the great series Reginald Perrin? Don't mind, I remember it, don't worry. Well, here he is as the reborn Reginald Perrin.
OK, say yes to the International Facial Hair Forum in Bodmin on the 14th and no to the Stubble Seminar in Huddersfield on the 19th. Can you get on to IT about my spam filter? I've actually got a reasonably large penis. Sorry, the link being that I'm getting a lot of emails advertising penis-lengthening products. If only they knew I'd pay good money to enlarge my rather tiny testicles.
Do you want a vase or a tent?
What?
HR says you're coming up to 10 years service. Do you want a vase or a tent?
Camping? Waking up, freezing cold at 5 a.m. with midges in every orifice, the toilet like the Somme, and the only other facilities a rusty gate and a Nazi farmer.
Shall I put you down for a vase then?
Quick thinking, Vicky. I can see why they gave you the job.
Will you please welcome Martin Clunes? Singing? Yeah, sorry, they were singing. Excited. Right, they were singing Dr. Beat, the Miami Sound Machine hit from many, many years ago, and I guess because you're Dr. Martin, it's like...
Oh, I get it, yes. Well done.
Hey, great to have you here. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
That looks great. The Reggie Perrin thing looks great, and that must be, I would have thought, quite an intimidating role to step into because, of course, the great Leonard Ross had played him years ago.
Yes, I didn't at the time think, probably arrogantly, that it was. I was just really, really chuffed to get sort of the gig of the century, as I saw it. But so many, doing this press and everything for it, everyone says, so you must be really as I am now.
Now you're terrified.
Yes.
Can I just say, what a lovely face you've got, Martin. I didn't know it was quite so... I'm looking at it now, I want to give you a kiss. You're like a little angel or something.
Come on.
He looks like a little cherub.
Go on. Just there. Lovely. Oh, that's good.
You're like a little cheeky angel face. You're like
Do you want to... No, it's...
No, but if you didn't have those big ears, you'd be really handsome. No, I'm not being unkind. I'm just saying he's very handsome, but he's not movie star handsome like me and Hugh because of the ears and stuff.
That's right. That's what's kept me out of the movies.
But come to think of it, Hugh's ears are a bit abnormally small.
Yes. No earlobes.
I like them.
What would you look like with bigger ears, I wonder, Hugh?
I'll get the surgery and I'll come back next time, you'll see.
Well, let's have a look. There you go. That's, Prince Charles, the movie. Look at that.
Mine aren't actually big. It's just the angle to my head.
Are they slightly squiffed?
But I'd look crap without them.
Yeah.
It's
well,
weird, isn't
here's
it?
the thing, isn't it weird? You ever see it in magazines when they take someone's face and they sort of like make it perfectly symmetrical, and they always look weird.
Yeah, really
It's
weird.
our imperfections that make us look so irresistible.
Well, there you go.
You're like a little angel. I've got to give you a kiss. Like a little cherub sitting there. I don't know what's come over me. I'm sorry.
I don't.
But you're so... I can't stop it. Let me ask you about doing Reginald Perrin, though, because it's not the exact scripts from way back then.
No,
it's
no,
not just
no.
a remake in that way.
It's still sort of based largely on David Nobbs's books, and David was involved with the writing, but Simon Nye, who wrote Men Behaving Badly and many other things, has written it with David. And so, yeah, no, it's not a remake of that or me trying to do a Leonard Rossiter impersonation. It's just updating the circumstances.
So it's the same kind of story, but it's a man, very much a modern man of today, finding himself kind of at the end of his tether.
Yeah, made in the way that we make television programmes now, rather than then, where they were, your wife was just a wife who you said, "Hello, darling, I'm home," and that, that was her. Now a wife needs a backstory, and I think that's telly's better for all of that.
How have they brought him up to date then? Because I noticed there in the clip he's talking about the internet, so obviously there are little things like that, but is it really, have they changed his character?
Well, Leonard Rossiter was such a huge festival of a man, wasn't he? And his performances, lots of people blur his different performances because there was so much of him in them all. I'm less special.
No.
But so I'm not going slightly under shock, twitching around the way that he did. I'm quite sort of slow moving.
That was very good, though.
Thank you.
But you seem you're a very successful actor. I mean, that's and that's not necessarily, you know, a given. Even when someone has a few hit TV shows, for people to keep offering you parts and keep about you, you've obviously got a certain something. Did you think it would go as well for you? Are you surprised when you get?
No, I got somebody else's life completely. I was going to be tall, cheery. Initially, when I left drama school, I wanted to work in theatre and education because that seemed worthwhile, more worthwhile than sort of dressing up and trying to make people laugh.
So are you slightly dismissive about acting then? I've met some actors sometimes who consider it, have a strange relationship with what they actually do.
Yeah, no, I'm cool with it. I've had periods when I thought it was a bit stupid and a bit sort of unnecessary. It doesn't heal or house or help anybody. But I've sort of got over that because I think people need entertaining and they like being entertained, and that's all I do. I mean, I don't do anything important. I just work in the entertainment.
You're a very prolific actor. You seem to be working a lot.
Yeah.
And any number of series, I mean, not all at the same time, but Doc Martin has been a huge hit.
Yes.
Deservedly so and understandably so.
You've never, ever watched it.
I have now.
Have you? Oh.
I have now. Yeah, but you know, when it first came on, I thought
I wouldn't like that sort of thing.
I didn't think I would like
No.
it because I thought it would be twee, and it actually isn't. I mean, it's set in a kind of perhaps an idealised view of, you know, the country or part of the country. But his character is a very strong character.
He's
a very
vile,
different. Yeah, he's not necessarily the most. But people seem to like those characters more than soft characters, don't they?
Yeah. Well, we've all seen that. You know, Doc Hollywood, sort of smart doctor going down to the country, and aren't they all quirky? But we turned that on its head and sort of united a small community in horror at their new GP.
But they now have grown to sort of love him and couldn't do without him, really, haven't they?
Well, sorry, he still can't step outdoors without being called a tosser. Which he richly deserves.
Let's see him in action.
No, it seems perfectly normal. Is everything all right at home?
How do you mean?
Are you and your wife any more unhappy than usual?
No. Pretty much the same. Do you have to do this?
If you want me to help you, yes. Who normally takes the initiative? Is it you or Mrs. Pierce?
Pardon?
In sexual activity, generally one is keener than the other. Who starts it?
With Mrs. Pierce?
Who are you?
Nicholas Elliott.
What's your problem?
I can't sleep. Can I get up?
I start filming on Monday, actually, going down to Cornwall.
So new season, and you filmed this, as you said, in Cornwall.
Yeah.
And how long would you be filming for?
That'll be 4 months. That'll
So
take
4
me
months
to
from now to
August.
summer.
Into a
Man,
tunnel.
that's some job, and that a great way. Imagine being paid to spend the next 4 months in Cornwall.
Yeah, no, I know.
That's
Just tell
pretty
me
lovely,
about it.
isn't it?
Yeah, no, I live in a holiday location and I go and work in another one.
Wow. So and you live nearby. And what kind of a country life? A farm you live on, or just a house there? I
No,
mean,
we bought a farm a couple of years ago.
and does it still work as a farm, or do you?
Well, it sort of didn't. There was some sheep eating the grass when we came, so we saw them off. No, they didn't come back. And but we built, so we keep horses. We built some stables and we grow our own hay, which is that feels exciting to sort of be
It's
self-sufficient.
hard
And we've
not
got
to grow
chickens.
hay, though, isn't it? Hay is just grass that gets too long.
That's true.
isn't
It's
it?
making the hay. That's the art.
And do you ride horses yourself?
Yes.
Are you an accomplished horse person?
It's not elegant, but I have a really lovely, huge horse called Chester.
Because you're quite a big bloke, so you would need a big horse. Like me,
Yeah,
I would need a
he's
big horse.
17 hands too.
But you have some little horses as well, don't you?
We've got 4 miniature Shetlands, Hamish, Hector, Jake and Jemima.
Oh, wow.
And they just sort of eat grass all day and they're really funny. When they get excited, we call it they're doing the national. They just go flying round and round and round their paddock like
What
idiots.
excites Shetland ponies?
Anything. Carrots.
But how nice. You're
Really
clearly
nice.
an animal lover.
I love animals, yeah.
Well, here's the thing, of course, whenever you have people on the show, sometimes you'll often find very early performances they've made, and there are several that I know that people bandy around. There was your Doctor Who appearance,
Yes.
of course, which was spectacular.
Yes.
And we've also found a very early clip of you as a punk rocker. Do you remember doing that?
Oh, no, yes.
Which one shall I show people first? Shall we show...
Whatever you
Okay.
want.
Well, let's start with the punk rocker, because I think the Doctor Who, I know it's been seen, but it's spectacular.
That was good knees, though.
Wow, what an outfit. Okay,
Thank you.
but this is a very young Martin. Can you remember, how old would you have been when you filmed this punk thing?
That would have been after Doctor Who. I don't know. Well, I started around...
About 83, I think it
18,
was.
Was
So-
it? Yes.
So you're a year younger than me, I think, aren't you?
Yes, I'm 47.
So,
and I think it shows.
So
It's a tough year.
that face now looks like a murderer to me. If you want. Okay, here, this is Martin.